Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day. Heidi, do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. Today is Monday, the 16th day of March. It is National Artichoke Hearts Day. It is, you like artichoke dip. Is that made with artichoke hearts?
I do love artichoke dip.
Yeah.
Never made it, so I guess I don't know what all goes in it.
Everything you do is right day. For Heidi, that's every day. It's also it's also National Freedom of Information Day and National Panda Day. I always thought pandas looked adorable. I didn't realize how ferocious they can be, though. Like, you don't want to make a panda upset.
Well, you shouldn't want to make any animals
Well, of course
upset.
not. It's also a Movie Star Monday, and I'm super excited to visit with Harry Lennix. Harry is Harold in the Blacklist, which is, I think, 8th season, 150th episode. Like, they got some big milestones they're celebrating. But he was also in the movie Ray. He was in the movie Matrix Reloaded, several of those, a whole bunch of stuff. I guarantee you've seen him before. I've got a really exciting Movie Star Monday on the way.
If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you should consider joining us for this amazing vacation.
My wife and I have been to this event the last 3 years, and we've had a blast.
Join us at the Sands.
Hear amazing music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Belinda Carlisle,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Howard Jones,
and many more.
Plus, meet awesome stars from movies and TV.
It's the best week ever.
Learn more right now at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A new survey by AAA found that 1 in 10 drivers trusts self-driving cars. It says 72% said they would be more likely to ride in a self-driving car if they had the ability to take control when they felt like they needed to. I would do that.
I have no interest in
I don't
a
really
self-driving
either.
car.
No, I'm not a fan of the concept. But you know what? Here's what's going to happen. Someday that's going to be so normal that, like, we would be looked at as control freaks. Like, why would you want to do it? Like, the car's going to drive itself. Why would you want to do that? So someday that's going to be, I'm just telling you, it's what's going to happen. This has been Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Not all credit cards are created equally. Some cards have higher rates, some have annual fees, some are just not very good. Often people will sign up for these because that's all they qualify for. But if you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation can change. Then you could qualify for a better credit card, one that offers you a better rate, or one that offers miles, points, cash back, or whatever is the best fit for you. Check it out for free at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. A burglary suspect tried to go underground in his attempt to run from the law. It's happened in Florida, where 36-year-old Justin Buckler and another man, they were doing a little burglary investigation. Oh, what's this here? Oh, they arrested 36-year-old, okay, and another man during a burglary investigation. I was kind of confused there for a second. Maybe I'm the one with my brain on drugs. It says here, deputy and the partner were searching property, and they found this Bulcher guy throwing dirt on himself in an effort to hide himself. He was trying to bury himself in like a gopher hole.
What?
Or a tortoise hole. It was like a big hole.
Must have been a huge hole.
They said it was like a giant nest that they were trying to... Anyway, they got counted 2 counts of larceny, 2 counts of drug possession, 2 counts of endangering a threatening a species... endangering a threatened species. Can I take the rest of the day off? Also, possession of meth and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. All of those things don't add up to anything good. What it does add up to is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Ben Affleck was spotted in Cuba last week with co-star Ana de Armas. The two are said to be dating. So there you go. They went to lovely, beautiful Cuba. Actually, I think there are parts of Cuba that are absolutely beautiful. So.
Not typically a vacation destination.
But you never know. Steven Spielberg's adult film actress daughter, Michaela, says she's 1 week sober. So that's good.
That's nice.
Yeah. I like that that's how they're referring to her now, as that big long title.
Right,
and just instead of saying Steve's daughter,
Well, because it's kind of interesting, really. I mean, you'd think he'd be able to hook her up with some better roles than that.
You'd think so. This is a story that I almost don't even want to tell, but Corey Feldman told Wendy Williams that his life is in danger over his new documentary exposing Hollywood's abusers. Whatever happened with that? Because it was going to happen.
I don't know.
And then the
night that it
server
was supposed to air,
crashed.
it didn't.
So now he might be threatened by all the people who were trying to watch it. I don't know whatever did happen with that.
I don't know if it ever aired. I have no idea.
I don't know. So thoughts and prayers for Corey Feldman. I don't know what's happening there. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Drinking too much can ruin your life. Alcohol and drug issues can cause problems at work, at home, and pretty much everywhere. If substance abuse has taken over your life and you want to quit, there is help. TimeForRehab.com could be the first step in the right direction for you. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find a new life beyond addiction. Your insurance company may even cover the cost to help make this happen. You can learn more now at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. An Iranian woman requested a divorce from her husband on the grounds that he has not washed for more than a year.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Interestingly, when the couple first married about a decade ago, the husband was obsessively clean, taking showers 3 times a day and washing his hands every few minutes. So I don't know what exactly happened where he's like, you know what? I don't need to do that anymore. I'm going to just go a whole year without doing anything.
That's disgusting. I don't blame her.
Which one would you rather have? 3 showers a day or no shower for a year?
How about just a happy medium?
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying if there was going to be an extreme, which extreme would you rather have?
I would have the overly clean and the filthy disgusting.
I think so too. I agree. Amidst all of the fears going on throughout the world of everything else that's happening, there's a new thing called a Wuhan shake. Have you heard about this?
No.
It is a way to greet people. This supposedly is happening in China. I don't know if they're even really doing this, but there's a video of people doing it. It's where you go up and you like smack your feet together instead of shaking your hands.
Okay.
So I lift my right foot, you lift your right foot, and we kind of smack them together. And then you do your left foot, so you do your right foot first. Anyway, that's supposedly the new way. They call it the Wuhan shake. Again,
yeah, I won't be doing that.
I don't know if it's even a real thing, but if it is, it might be one of the most ridiculous things ever. I've got a link to a video of people doing it. I just looked at it. I was like, that seems like a lot. Why not just say, hey, man, how are you doing?
Exactly. You don't have to touch each other at all if you don't want to.
I'm not going to shake your hand. We're not going to kick your foot. Nothing. I'm just like, whatever. Peeps. You a fan of Peeps?
Yes. Well, only once they get hard.
See, that is the weirdest thing ever. I've been married to you for 20 years now. Every year around Halloween, not Halloween, what's that other one? Easter. That's the one that's coming up. Every year around Easter, she'll buy some Peeps. She'll open the package and then leave them sit out. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm waiting for these Peeps to get ready. I'm like, what are you waiting for?
Yet.
Waiting for these Peeps to get ready. So what she does, she leaves them till they get all dried and crusty. And then you eat them.
Yes, I do.
This is the weirdest thing ever. Anybody else do that? Anybody? Well, now Peeps, known for their yellow and pink marshmallow Easter time treats, they're offering something completely different this year. A new flavor. Guess what?
What?
It's called sour watermelon.
Oh, yuck. No.
You wouldn't even try it after you leave it sit on the counter for a week?
No.
I've got a link to it if you want to see it. And then since it's been a week now, have you adjusted to daylight savings time? Probably not. Scientists say it could take 2 or 3 weeks to recover from the effects of the shifting clocks. And if you're feeling groggy, scientists say you better watch out. There's a thing called microsleeps, tiny lapses in attention that can create problems at work and accidents on the road. And these things can happen for a couple of weeks. So all the way through the end of this month.
I definitely have been feeling it this year.
Yeah, it's been a whole week, and there's still some people not quite ready. So there you go.
Crazy.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Introducing InsuranceChicken.com. Why InsuranceChicken.com? Why not? Another insurance company has a duck, one has an emu, and that other company has a lizard. So InsuranceChicken.com is no more silly than any of those. Is it time for you to cross the road for your insurance? Don't be chicken. Check out InsuranceChicken.com. We'll help you peck out the best insurance rates we can find at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with Harry Lennix. If you watch the show The Blacklist, he's Harold Cooper. Mr. Lennix, how are you, sir?
John, I'm doing great. How are you today?
I am fantastic. You guys just got an 8th season, just shot your 150th episode. This program is done very, very well. When you first got the script for this, was it something that you were in right away, or did you have to be convinced to do this one?
Oh, no, I was chomping at the bit. I just almost retired from acting, right, actually, right before this job came through. So, when I read the script, I knew that it was going to be something special. I didn't know we'd be on for 7 years, going into an 8th, but we did know that it had some things in its favor. For example, James Spader, who's been really a remarkable lead on this show and a real leader. Of course, Megan Boone, who's wonderful and warm and talented, and my friend Diego Klein. All of us, are kind of a family now after 7 years, and I'm really grateful that it is done as well.
When you're putting a program like this together, do you feel like you're gaining steam or losing steam, or is it just kind of full speed ahead?
Well, I think that I think we've got a second wind. If we were ever losing steam, I don't think that we really were. We really are intrigued by the story of who Reddington is and who Elizabeth Keene is to him, but also why this person is giving this task force access to all of this, these crime-fighting tools and so forth. So I think that story is going to be as interesting as long as there's a show. Crime never goes away. Intrigue never goes away. Family relationships and dynamics never go away if they are, in fact, family. But, so no, I'm not surprised. There's some shows that have been on 20 years.
Absolutely.
I don't know why we can't be.
I think you can, and I was going to say I would be prepared for season 8 and season 9 and season 10 because I think it's building an audience and doing even better and better and better. Now let's talk about before the Blacklist, things like The Matrix Reloaded, Ray. I mean, when you look at these movies that you've been a part of and other television programs, some really, really great projects. You've done a really good job picking great projects, haven't you?
Well, I've done the best that I could, but I feel great. Again, I keep going back to this word grateful. Sometimes, of course, you train, you do everything you can to control a very uncontrollable environment, which is what show business is. You never know. But I have been blessed to be in some very good projects, and I don't even know how I got into some of those things. For example, with Ray, it's not like I auditioned for that. They asked me if I could do the job, and I was happy, of course, to do it. But some things you do try out for. I tried out for The Matrix, certainly. But, somehow I made it to the cut. But if you stay in the game long enough, I think this is true, John. I guess the laws of probability are true. If you have enough cracks at the bat, eventually you're going to get a hit. You're going to get on base. And if you stay in the game as long as I have, I've been a professional actor for 35 years or so, you're going to get some opportunities. And I keep trying to stay engaged. I keep trying to stay interested. I go back to the theater from time to direct. I go to classes from time to make sure that I'm current. But if you are consistent in that way, I have every faith, every reason to believe that you will get an opportunity.
Well, I think that is fantastic. And when you look, you were talking about the whole baseball analogy. You've hit several home runs, by the way. Let's think back to that first at-bat. Your first screen debut was with the 5 Heartbeats. And that has kind of a classic cult following of its own, doesn't it?
It does have a cult following. So, I think it's been listed informally in polls as the most popular black movie ever made. But, I have to tell you, I was actually at a movie before that called The Package with Gene Hackman. That was my screen feature film debut, and that was 1987, something like that. But that was the first time I was on a big screen. I played one of Gene Hackman's soldiers in the western deserts or forests of Germany, I should say. And then, of course, the 5 Heartbeats really kind of put me on the map, on the radar. And I'm grateful to Robert Townsend for seeing that in me. That was, again, one of those things I didn't even audition for. I had a meeting downtown Chicago. I was teaching school at the time. I was a substitute teacher because that was the one job that I could get where my hours and days were flexible. If I couldn't work that day, I didn't call in. But this one day, I had a half day, and I went down and sat with Robert, and the next thing I knew, a couple of months later, I was cast in this movie. So there's God at work.
Absolutely. We had a chance to visit with Robert on this program about that as well, and what a difference that movie has made for so many people. We're super excited to chat with you, Harry. Congratulations on all the success you've had. We're really excited for Season 8 for The Blacklist, and you just shot the 150th episode. When you were signing up for that all those years ago, did you think it would be that long? It would be going all these years later?
John, I think the first thing you learn in this business is never to have any expectations.
There you go.
Never know how it's going to turn out, but I'm sure glad that it has.
Well, thank you again for taking the time to chat with us, sir.
Great to talk to you, John. Take care.
Again, Harry Lennix, and you can see him on the NBC series The Blacklist. He's Harold Cooper on The Blacklist. And again, they just renewed for an 8th season. I've got all the info in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you should consider joining us for this amazing vacation.
My wife and I have been to this event the last 3 years, and we've had a blast.
Join us at the Sands.
Hear amazing music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Belinda Carlisle,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Howard Jones,
and many more.
Plus, meet awesome stars from movies and TV.
It's the best week ever.
Learn more right now at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Tornadoes can cause fish rain. Yeah. It says tornadoes can
I
develop.
could see that because it's going to pick them up.
Yeah,
and
they can develop over water and then just as easily as they can over land. And it would cause a water spout where it could actually suck up a bunch of water from a lake or a sea or whatever. And whatever's swimming in that water, if it happens to be fish, would go with it. And it says as the wind decreases, there's nowhere for the fish to go but down. So they can have an actual sharknado
I could see
or
that.
fishnado. It is absolutely possible. So there you go. Next time you hear it's raining cats and dogs, it might actually be like trout and bass. Who knows? Thanks for listening to today's Fun Fact.
Not all credit cards are created equally. Some cards have higher rates, some have annual fees, some are just not very good. Often people will sign up for these because that's all they qualify for. But if you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation can change. Then you could qualify for a better credit card, one that offers you a better rate, or one that offers miles, points, cash back, or whatever is the best fit for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline China. In China, a stray dog was kicked by a guy because the dog was lying in his parking lot.
Oh, geez.
So after the guy parked his car, the dog vanished,
What a
but came back
jerk.
later with a few from his pack, and they damaged the car by biting it.
Oh.
They bit the wheels and chewed off the wiper blades.
Good for them.
So there's video of this guy kicking the dog. The dog leaves. He's like, oh, yeah, you ain't done with me, mister.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
So, yeah, don't
Poor
kick a
thing.
dog. That wasn't nice. Thanks for listening to today's news headline from somewhere in this world.
Drinking too much can ruin your life. Alcohol and drug issues can cause problems at work, at home, and pretty much everywhere. If substance abuse has taken over your life and you want to quit, there is help. TimeForRehab.com could be the first step in the right direction for you. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find a new life beyond addiction. Your insurance company may even cover the cost to help make this happen. You can learn more now at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Florida man, says prosecutors say he was involved in a scheme to attach skimming devices to gas pumps across New England to steal debit and credit account numbers from thousands of unsuspecting drivers. He's finally been arrested. 29-year-old Luis Angel Najarro Rodriguez of Hialeah, Florida. That's a long name.
Yeah.
He's got 4 names. He was charged with possessing 15 or more counterfeit access devices and possession of device-making equipment. So what they would do is attach these to gas pumps, and then when you swipe your card, he would get the info too.
Wow.
So officers searched his
That's
vehicle
scary.
and his hotel room, found all kinds of stuff. Faces up to 25 years in prison. And that's good. You know what? That's not even enough.
Right.
Quit ripping people off.
Agreed.
I mean, there are people that are working their tails off to go out and make the money to use those cards, and then you're just going, I'm going to attach this and steal your money.
Yeah, that's
It's
not okay.
just not right. Get a job and get a life. This is today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Angered that another man referred to him as Drew Carey. What? A 34-year-old North Carolina man, Brian Baer, punched the victim in the face, triggering his arrest for battery. This happened early wee hours of the morning. Doesn't say anything about him being drunk in here, but I got a feeling that might have had something to do with it. Happened on March 8th. Baer, who I looked at the photo, doesn't really look like Drew Carey to me. He walloped Casey Simmons after leaving a bar because he called him, hey, Drew Carey. And that made him mad. He struck the victim once in the face.
Okay.
He cut his lip. He suffered a scratch on his right knee from being tackled to the ground as well. Says the Bayer gentleman here was charged with a misdemeanor and booked into the county jail. And you can see his mugshot. He does not look like Drew Carey to me. So I don't know why you would get so angry if somebody called you that.
I don't know.
Have you ever been called a name of an actor or somebody?
No,
me
not
neither.
that I can think of.
Never really had that. So, but if you want to call me something, call me whatever you want. I'm not going to punch you. I promise. This is today's Moment of Duh.
Introducing InsuranceChicken.com. Why InsuranceChicken.com? Why not? Another insurance company has a duck, one has an emu, and that other company has a lizard. So InsuranceChicken.com is no more silly than any of those. Is it time for you to cross the road for your insurance? Don't be chicken. Check out InsuranceChicken.com. We'll help you peck out the best insurance rates we can find at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Now, fake news or Florida? It's a portion of the program where I read a headline. Heidi tells me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it hashtag fake news made up to trick her and amuse me? Ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Fake news or Florida? A spider monkey attacked a Home Depot employee after escaping from its owner. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say Florida because that's super cool.
That is absolutely true. I would not want to be the employee that was attacked by a spider monkey. Can you imagine?
By a spider monkey at work.
Oh, he came home from work early today. What happened? I got attacked by a spider monkey. Yeah, that's really happened to somebody. As funny as it sounds, I guarantee you that's not a funny thing to have happen.
That's hilarious.
Shouldn't even smile about
why
that.
the spider monkey was so angry.
Apparently, he didn't want to be at Home Depot.
Yeah, I bet he was triggered by the color orange.
That could be. I don't know if that works or not. But I do know this has been Fake News or Florida.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Kids for Community is a 501c3 founded by a 15-year-old. Kenya Pala. Mission of the organization is to help kids help the community by actively engaging kids in volunteer work. Just last year alone, this nonprofit provided school supplies for low-income and homeless children in the San Diego area. Says they assembled over 5,000 hygiene kits for homeless, made 2,500 care packages for hurricane victims, assembled over 3,000 brown bag lunches to be distributed, and generously served food to over 600 homeless people.
That's
Later
awesome.
this month, they're hosting their second annual volunteer day. Guess what I'm doing?
I'm going to help.
Well, I would love to, but I'm going to be talking to this youngster. I've got an interview lined up to talk to them between now and then. Kids4.org, KIDS, the number 4.org is their website. And a sibling, a 10-year-old. This youngster's 15, this other one is 10. And that 10-year-old has a book out.
Wow.
And the proceeds go to help this homeless organization as well. So super cool family, and I'm excited to visit. I hopefully get to talk to both of them, but we're lining it up right now. I've been emailing back and forth with their mom.
There's hope for the future.
There is. I'm excited to chat with them coming soon, and we'll be sure to share that during our good news.
Great kids.
Absolutely.
Good job, Mom and Dad.
Absolutely. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Bye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.